We made it.
We made it.
Whoa! Check it out! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! So upon arrival in Siem Reap, you know, we're staying at a hostel, but some of these massive resorts, because Siem Reap's like the tourist capital of Cambodia, we think these resorts and hotels must have prepared something for Christmas and New Year's because they know so many Westerners are coming. I like it. Lizzie is...
I like it.
Okay, she also likes it.
3 days later.
Breakfast! Hello, good morning Lizzie. Is it a good morning?
It's a good morning.
Why is it a good morning?
Because I don't.
The last time you checked in with us, we were like, hey, Happy New Year, we've arrived in Siem Reap. Sorry, we're just on the move. Last time you saw us, we were all like, hey, Happy New Year, we just made it to Siem Reap. Fun fact, Lizzie and I both got food poisoning. Like, really bad food poisoning.
We were out for like 5 days.
Well, 3 days. We landed on December 31st. It is currently January 4th. And Liz is finally feeling good enough. I was kind of okay last night. We were both out of commission for quite a while. I almost passed out because I was shitting myself so much one night. It is pretty bad. We have a pretty nice hostel. The beds are fairly comfortable. It's air conditioning in the room. We had our own TV, free Wi-Fi. It wasn't the worst, but in a way it was kind of the worst. We lost so much of our holiday. We're still in Siem Reap and we have today, and we're gonna go and see Angkor Wat, because when you think of Siem Reap, that's what you think of. So that's what we're gonna go do.
All of it in one day.
All of it.
All of it.
Also, Lizzie just lost her hat right after that video ended. Tuk-tuk live! Look at all this prep for the Chinese New Year coming your way. In order to get into the Angkor Wat temple grounds, you need to have a pass that we've paid for. So Lizzie and I needed one each. And it's 37 USD for 1 day.
Expensive.
The Ta Prohm?
Yeah, Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay. The Tomb Raider one.
Yeah, the Tower of Oasis. It is gate.
We're inside the Angkor Park, and if you can see on one side, people are still allowed to build buildings and houses and things like this. But right on the other side is the temple walls. We've just arrived at our first temple, Ta Prohm. We've been told it was made famous by being in the movie Tomb Raider. This is our guide. Hello.
Hi, I am a tour guide.
Definitely the place to be.
I think I'm gonna get it right.
Another one, the causeway at the causeway.
I think 15 or 16.
Yeah. So the city is called Champa State. So it's okay. But the name in the original.
Lizzie, it's the world tree.
Cambodian worker.
Oh, right, okay.
You want to take a photo here, Lizzie?
I'm not gonna line up for a photo.
Okay.
Do you want to? Sorry. I mean, I don't mind.
What does it matter what I want? So we're in the famous part of Ta Prohm, which has the like world tree coming out of the back of it. Liz and I are a bit lazy, so we're not gonna queue up in this line.
It's actually a fairly short line, all things considered.
It is, but we prefer video, so we have video of the same thing.
Exactly.
Conservation efforts. Currently inside the temple.
Yeah, in the gallery.
We're inside the gallery, which is partially collapsed. Huge part is probably because of all of the vegetation. It collapsed because of the trees, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. 300-year-old tree.
I am 200 years.
There's a hidden lady in the roots. As you can see, even more areas where vegetation is overgrown the temple. Even more places where people are getting new display pictures. So we walked through pretty much all of Ta Prohm. This is like the back of the temple, most notably in the Tomb Raider movie, but beautiful in its own right. Seeing a lot of like Mother Nature kind of taking it back. Some beautiful ornate stonework. This is just one temple in like there's dozens and dozens and dozens in the Angkor Park complex. So they have those bands on either side of the temple. Turns out that they're like victims of landmines that were left behind, unfortunately. But they have these signs that say like, you know, we don't want to just beg, so enjoy this Cambodian music and we rely on your generosity to help send our children to school and stuff. It's really sweet. It's nice music too. Adds to the ambience.
It does.
Have you seen your friend? 1001. So the king built this temple. During the civil war,
Yeah.
some loot they take away.
This is Angkor City.
Yeah, Angkor Thom city.
So this is Angkor Thom City. This is the gate you just saw us pull up to. And here, this giant like lying that stretches back is a giant snake. And all the way at the end is a head that we can't see. And these are soldiers that are holding up the body. Oh, demons?
Yeah, and then
Oh, yeah. Look at that angry face.
Giant face. So the face of the...
Climbing up the temple to get closer to a giant face, as you do. Lizzie, look. It's the big face. And my big face.
You have a big face.
Oi.
Wait.
It's crazy to think that like all this stuff's like 1,000 years old almost. Some of it's holding up really well. Surprisingly well preserved. And Lizzie's tired because we were sick, so we're still in recovery mode. But we had to do it. We had to.
I'm dying.
Aww. So inside the gates of the Angkor Park complex, during the Angkor Empire's reign, this whole area would have been filled with the people. But then of course, houses for standard people wouldn't be as hardy or as well preserved as the temples that the king built. So I guess that's why you don't see anything. Just back here is like, this is in front of the old royal palace. This is like a massive field where they'd gather all of the people for celebrations, all this kind of stuff. And up here is the elephant terrace.
Yeah, elephant terrace.
Yeah, up on top of there, the king would sit and like preside over his minions. We're going in. So we're on approach to this massive temple.
So the temple there symbol to the whole, the heaven, and from here, so the holy bridge to bring the king to the heaven. Yeah.
So we're on our way to heaven. It's a hot day in Cambodia, so all of the monkeys are swimming in the king's pool. Look at them. Here on the first level of Shiva's temple, got the monkeys playing down there. Walks all the way up the heaven's path. And now we're inside. They have like these two different types of staircases. There's one that's still kind of steep by today's standards, but like it's doable. Then they had like the commoner staircase. It's like ridiculously steep and shallow. You can't even see that there's a staircase. It's actually like exactly where my hand is, right here. But you can't even see that it's a staircase because it's so hard to climb. This staircase is so incredibly steep. I'm like at a 90-degree angle with my knees every time I take a step. But we did it. So that's where we started. And we walked all the way up. This temple to Shiva that was built in the 11th century, around 1050 to 1060, over 10 years. It doesn't seem that crowded. Like, there's pretty much no one here. But this thing is older than Angkor Wat, but Angkor Wat is really famous for just being the biggest. But this was huge. It's 60 meters tall. I mean, look how steep that drop is. Even though the temple was originally built for Hindu in 16th century when they changed it, I don't know if you guys can see, but they carved in a Buddha into the side of this temple. From monkeys to children.
Get on the front, so Cambodia was evaded from the.
Lizzy.
So pretty.
So I didn't talk much in that last temple, but it's the Bayon temple, and it was originally a Buddhist temple. Inscriptions and carvings and stuff were kind of like showcasing like just Cambodian life. A lot of Chinese people in it though, so it's interesting. So China's been involved with Cambodia for centuries. We're on approach to Angkor Wat, and it's the biggest temple in the whole place. Out here, that's just the lawn and the moat on approach. See just the entrance over there. Yep, there it is. So we're taking a short break from temple touring just to have lunch, and then Angkor Wat. And lunch is over, which means it's time to see the flag of Cambodia in real life. Angkor Wat. Thank you. So the main entrance is, I think, being restored right now. So we're walking across this special floating bridge. It's a floating bridge. We're walking across it and it's a real squishy feeling. So over there is where the king would come in, and over here is the animal gate. This is where we're going in. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. You're here. We're here.
You made it.
Whoa. So here we are in front of Angkor Wat. That's the flag. It's the Cambodian flag. Lizzy and I were saying like it feels like we're like walking through like a different time period or something. Like this area that's just kind of like, it's so well preserved. Because this is from like 1,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, look at it. I know we were saying we don't take the photos where everyone else does, but this time we did take a photo there. Now, our approach to the temple. It actually feels less crowded here than at the Tomb Raider one.
Yeah, I guess there's more space.
It's right there. Look at it go.
Right there, me.
Look at it. We're inside the temple. These big holes were like holy ponds. They're representative of the soil, the water, the fire, and the air. Basically like Captain Planet for the Cambodians. But it's a holy pool. I don't know what this woman's doing. Yeah. We're on our way up to Bakan?
Yeah,
Bakan, which is like the holy place. Usually there's a line, and there appears to be one behind us now, but we're right up next. Reaching the top, we're above the tree line. So we're inside the holy place in Bakan. Climbed up a bunch of stairs, but here we are. So pretty. This here is the Buddha shrine inside of Angkor Wat. It's really cool. Look at the engravings that they have and stuff. In such good shape.
They're embossings.
And here's the view from the top of the temple, overlooking all the common people. I think I said that in the last temple, actually. That's where we came from. Over there. Our guide told us that every other temple in the Angkor complex faces west. No, east.
Yeah.
And Angkor Wat is the only one that faces west. Was there a reason?
Vishnu.
Different god that this was built for. So it turns out 95% of Cambodia is Buddhist, and so technically these are all like Buddhist temples, but they were built during a period where I think the king that was in charge was Hindu. You'll have to verify this yourself, do not take this as fact. But then the next king that came in was Buddhist. So it's like what the temples were built for and what they're used as is very different.
Now they're used for Instagram.
It's true. And the gods are ourselves. Time for the descent. You can see how popular Angkor Wat is by how smooth the railing is and how many hands must have rubbed it so smooth. She descends from heaven.
I'm
Satan. Look at that line. We came at the magical moment. So we made it after 3 days of chilling in the hotel room due to food poisoning. We finally got to see Angkor Wat.
It was worth.
Yeah, the whole Angkor complex. I could easily see how like they sell 3-day passes.
Yeah.
There's so much here.
If we had the whole day, like the whole 5 days, I would have
Yeah.
wanted to have at least 2 days to see it.
At least 2 days in the Angkor Park complex.
Thailand or Siam. Yes. So in the 12th century, when the time we built these temples.
That's the king. That's the king's elephant. So much history in these walls. Not only for the time that was here, as we learned previously, during the Khmer Rouge, like they hid in the temples. So there's actually like some bullet damage that you can see on some of the walls. Ignore the monkey and notice the bullet holes. Based on when the Khmer Rouge were here. You can't even eat all that fruit, man. Look at him achieving his dreams. Look at him go. Oh, they're harvesting it. You can see the, I don't know if you can kind of tell, like the little bamboo things that they're collecting the juice in. So much going on.
There he is, and this one's grooming the baby.
Look at that baby. That's where we're going. Oh, can't see it. Yeah. So we're finishing off our time in the Angkor Park complex by viewing it from another angle. So this balloon is on a cable. Apparently it's one of only 2 in the world. The other one like this is in Paris. So French colonialism still got its claws in Cambodia, I guess. On we go. I say it's like a 10-minute flight, but it's low effort. And we got an extra bunch of cash to spend.
Hold on. You have to hold on.
I'm holding on.
I'm actually a bit.
It's gone slack. Whoa. We're flying.
Actually, it's okay. It's okay. I'm scared of heights.
Gotta look tough for the camera, Lizzie.
I'm not scared of heights.
You're lying.
Oh my god.
No. There it is. Look at it. Whoa. Oh man. Stabilization is tough. So we're up 120 meters in the sky. Me and Lizzie just chilling. But look at that view. You can see Siem Reap in the distance. Check this out. Focus. Yeah. But most people come here for Angkor Wat. There it is.
A balloon is a bit scarier.
Yeah?
It's something about being...
Fragility of the balloon.
Yeah.
Like if a really angry bird just flew through.
Play that game.
There's not a single thing nearby as tall as this balloon goes high. It's crazy. Highly recommend. It was only 15 bucks. And then you can add $1 and you get a drink afterwards. Seeing Angkor Park from the ground, seeing it from the sky. That was our day today. Thank God the food poisoning's done.
Yeah.
Highly recommend both the balloon and the park. You don't need the pass to ride the balloon, so if you do like the 1-day pass and then want to do the balloon at another time, you can definitely do it. Oh, such a smooth landing.
Yeah.
Way smoother than a plane.
We're eating breakfast.
Buffet.
Oh, whoa, it looks so different during the day.